Bruce Krahn is a fitness expert, a nutrition guru, author, and celebrity trainer. If you only have one ab and have to wear a towel when you walk down the beach, he knows how to slim you down and perk you up. If you have put on a little poundage this winter, he can help you burn it off so you can keep your weight under control year-round. Bruce is a fitness and nutrition expert, as I said, a personal trainer and author of The Fat Fighter Diet and founder of ebody.com. It is my pleasure to welcome Bruce Krahn to Studio 4 to tell us more.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Were you ever a person with a flab issue or a fat issue, or were you born like this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've actually been on both sides of the spectrum. I was really a really skinny kid, and then in a pursuit to want to be more like my older brother, who was much more muscular and buff, I went about it all the wrong way, and I got pretty chunky. And then I went and found out the right way to do it, and kind of molded it from there.
So what is the right way to do it so we look more like you than some others we know?
Well, I don't want you to look like me. But,
no, I don't want to look like you either because I'm a girl, but for the guys.
Well, you know, there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to doing this, and I have trained a lot of people over the last 20 years. And it starts with the mindset, and this is where a lot of people, they kind of brush this part off because the psychological aspect of it is huge, because there's so much information out there about what to do, and proteins, carbs, fats, exercise. People know they're supposed to be eating healthier, doing some more activity, but they're not doing it.
And more fruits, more veg, less meat, right kind of fat, not wrong kind of fat. We've heard it over and over again, but you're right. It starts in the brain.
It does.
Starts with what you read, who you talk to. You mentioned Og Mandino, old friend of mine. Is he still alive?
No, he died.
Og, I thought he did.
You met him?
Yes, I used to interview him on radio. The world's greatest salesman.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing man, a great speaker.
And man of endless energy.
Yes, absolutely.
Endless energy.
Incredible story, too.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So how do you get there? Mind-wise and body-wise?
Well, I think just, the whole mindset could be an entire show in itself, but for people watching right now, we really need to have ourselves a compelling goal. You have to have a target, something to shoot for, and it has to be something that's measurable and, it seems like it's attainable. I find modeling to be one of the best things a person can do, where you model the behaviors of the people that you most want to be like. And so successful people have successful habits. And all you have to do is copy those habits, and you should expect to see some of the same results.
But you do have to get your rear out of the chair
and
to the gym or to the restaurant and order the right things. And it's not about no pleasure.
No, definitely not.
It's about finding pleasure in Pilates class.
Well,
right?
I'm a big proponent for resistance training. I am definitely the resistance training guy. I've trained a lot of, most of my clients, I would say probably about 70 to 75% of my clientele are women. And I've had some amazing success stories where people lost like 50 pounds in 3 to 4 months. And they do it using resistance training, and then they augment that training with a little bit of things like yoga, maybe some Pilates. But the cornerstone of their program is resistance training, and then with a little bit of things like some cardio activities and yoga Pilates.
Okay, so resistance training is what?
Weight training, load-bearing activity, which is absolutely essential for females who are watching right now. There's nothing better you can do for your body than to lift weights.
Starting with light weights?
Well, you start with light weights. I mean, because you got to start off and make sure you build a solid foundation. But get yourself a really good program that focuses on, well, the body was made to do 5 things. It was made to squat. It was made to push and pull in a horizontal vertical plane. It was made to rotate. It was made to lunge. And it was made for spinal flexion and extension. So we want to work all of those modalities, those human movement patterns, in a properly designed exercise program. And so the best exercises are compound movements, hybrid movements, things like squats, deadlifts, push-ups, pull-ups, things that move your body around fixed objects or where you lift something off the floor. They're very kind of organic movements.
Well, some people would say, gee, can't I just garden? Because when you garden, you squat and you lift and you stretch.
Here's the deal with gardening. Great activity, fully encourage people to do it. It's got such a great therapeutic effect, but the resistance has to be progressive. So unless those plants are getting bigger and those rocks you're moving are getting larger, you need progressive resistance in order to continually change your bodies.
Okay, well, I'm a dilettante gardener. I like somebody else to dig the hole, and I like to plunk the plant in.
Me too.
You know. So, addicted to exercise. Some people are too addicted, I know, but it's an important component. You say lifting weights, good for the bones, good for the brain.
Definitely.
and you won't bulk up
No.
like Mr. Schwarzenegger did once.
No. No.
What about females? No bulking up. That's a
No.
myth.
That's a myth. It's only if a female was to be using some type of hormones, supplement of some kind. Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So if you do this, do you think, because I know the skin gets a little funny, when you're 60 or 70, female, can you still have definition in your upper body?
You definitely can. You know, it is a factor of increasing your lean body mass so that you, as you age, okay, and this is one, I'm happy you brought that up.
Right.
Because as we age, we naturally lose muscle mass through a process called sarcopenia. Now that basically just means muscle loss. And the only way to really stave this off is to keep stimulating those muscles through resistance. You give them that powerful message that they're needed, they're useful, and they will stay.
Okay, so now the Fat Fighter diet, what's on it?
The Fat Fighter diet is really, it's not a diet per se, and I didn't even really want to call it a diet
because
book. You know?
Diets don't work.
Diets don't work. No, it's a lifestyle. And the first third of the book is all about the psychology, about how to adopt the right mindset so that you actually do the things we're talking about. And then the nutrition aspect is very big on focusing on balancing blood sugar, and that is key. If people just focused on that from a nutritional standpoint, they would definitely enjoy some a lower body fat percentage.
Okay, and how do you do that?
Well, here's some ways. You can add fats, okay, so omega-3 fatty acids from fish.
So good fats.
Good fats
because you
are
know
great.
there's the good and the bad.
The good and the bad. We have some good fats. We can add fiber. I brought some things here, like we've got things like broccoli. We got to add protein, okay? Protein. Every time you sit down to eat, you have to ask yourself, where is the protein? That's key.
And it's not necessarily meat protein.
Doesn't have to be
So you
meat
could be a
protein.
vegetarian or a
Definitely.
vegan and figure out a way to get your protein.
Yes, you have to figure it out. Because remember, though, however, if you are a vegan, a vegetarian, you have to remember that your body needs all of the amino acids, and it can be a little bit more difficult. So you have to eat a wide variety of vegan foods.
Sure, somebody told me an egg has them all, 23
It does.
essential or something
Yes.
like that.
And eat the whole egg.
Whole egg.
Whole egg. Organic.
Organic egg,
Yes.
a free run.
Yes.
But, you know, it's important because certain times things go out of fashion
Yes.
in the nutrition world, which, you know, and they say, don't eat eggs, it'll make your cholesterol high.
Yeah.
Not true necessarily.
Not true. No.
Not true.
Sugar has a bigger impact upon your bad cholesterol levels than the cholesterol in the egg.
Sure, so are you suggesting maybe you boil the egg rather than fry it? Or does it matter?
Well, frying the egg, I mean, when you expose proteins and healthy fats to heat, that can degrade the quality of their structure. So it's better to have the lowest amount of heat possible when preparing your protein foods.
Okay, so back to protein. You're getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Bruce gets out of bed. Do you have a glass of juice, an orange and apple, what?
I start my day with Greens Plus, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Sam Gracie's product, fantastic. Okay.
I love Sam Gracie.
He's awesome. Okay.
And Greens Plus in juice, in water, in yogurt.
I'm a water guy because
Okay.
juice, what happens is that when you have juice first thing in the morning, you spike your blood sugar. Okay, now this is one of the issues that people have. Why people have such a hard time losing body fat is because they continually blip the blood sugar on the body. It starts at breakfast, okay, they have sugar in their juice. Then a couple hours later, maybe they drive and they have a donut, okay?
Right.
Again, a blood sugar hit. Lunch rolls around, maybe they have some pasta, blood sugar hit. So constantly blipping the blood sugar radar.
Up and down.
Up and down. We need to get homeostasis on our blood sugar. We need to bring it down. You know, and one of the, I mean.
What about fresh squeezed orange juice? Still the same?
Okay, same deal. So eat the orange because then you get the pulp, you know,
Okay.
and the pulp, the fiber is key. You know,
See, I love my little shot of green juice in the morning, but my
Yeah.
doctor said to me, that's mostly apple juice. Yes, it has some spirulina and some blue something and all of that, but it's mostly apple juice, which
Yeah.
spikes the blood sugar.
Yeah, well-
So go to the orange.
Go to the orange.
apple.
Yes,
An apple
yeah.
a day keeps the doctor away.
well, apples are fantastic. Yes, got one right there.
Okay, do you graze? Do you eat little meals or do you eat 3 a day? Do you count calories? What?
No, I'm a big time grazer, and you know one of the best things for controlling appetite is to eat continually throughout the day. There's also other ways because some people struggle with that a lot, and this product here helps a lot with people to help them balance blood sugar. So that those kind of folks who have a hard time adopting some of these strategies into their life, they found that Gopher Trim was very effective.
What's in Gopher Trim?
Fiber.
It's Go
okay.
for, not Gopher.
That's right. It's Go for Trim.
Trim. And what do you do with that?
You mix it into water. Okay, it tastes like grapefruit, and you take it before each of your 3 primary meals, and they found people lost as much as 30 pounds in 4 months.
Really? So it fills you up?
It does, yeah.
Or it somehow says to your brain, you're not that hungry.
It fills you up. The most important thing it does is it balances blood sugar. So it goes back again to that.
Right.
So we need to balance blood sugar and then increase metabolism through exercise.
And can you have a steak and a potato and some sour cream and still keep your blood sugar balanced or not?
For sure. Well, you steak, potato, sour cream, absolutely you can. And you can have anything you want once a week, no problem.
Right.
This isn't about deprivation.
Okay, what about booze?
Great question. Okay, booze.
I hate to ask it, but what about it?
Well, we all, hey, I admit it, I like my red wine, there's no question. And there is a place for alcohol in our diets if you so choose. You have to realize that alcohol is 7 calories per gram. So it's a very unique kind of little nutrient, if you will, okay?
Sure.
So at 7 calories per gram, one of the problems with alcohol is that when you drink alcohol, it kind of monopolizes the liver. So it causes people their liver gets overtaxed, overused, because it's digesting and processing this alcohol, and it has a harder time then to metabolize the fats that people tend to eat when they're drinking their alcohol.
And as you know so well, because you're an expert in this, our liver is our future.
You're darn right.
Certainly one of our futures. So we want healthy heart, healthy liver. Do you drink lots of water?
You should
Big hydrator, are you?
Absolutely. Half your body weight in ounces every single day. If you have a hard time doing that, a great trick is to squeeze fresh lemon in your water, because your body will be able to absorb more water if it's got lemon in it, fresh lemon.
Fresh lemon. So that throws the body alkaline, does it?
It does.
It sounds like it's acidic, but it throws the body alkaline, and I know an alkaline body can heal.
It definitely can.
So we want to keep our bodies alkaline.
Yeah, our pH balance matters, and especially for women who are watching who are trying to stave off incidence of osteoporosis, because when your body gets too acidic, it'll leach calcium from your bones. So, and then it takes that calcium, use it to help buffer that acidity. So this is why having alkaline-forming foods in the form of lemon water, green vegetables, green drinks.
A little hummus, some chickpeas.
Yes, balancing our meals with acid-forming and alkaline-forming. Doesn't mean the whole diet has to be alkaline-forming. It means you balance your acid-forming foods like proteins, meats and such, with alkaline foods, base foods like, hey, Mr. Broccoli.
Because some people say, gee, I can't have an orange because it's acid and it'll throw my body acid. That's not true.
That's silly.
A steak will make your body more acidic.
A steak will be much more acidifying than an orange, for sure.
Sure.
But the key is to have that steak with some spinach, some kale.
Okay, so it's a whole show another day. We didn't get to spotting fat and getting rid of muffin tops and beer bellies, but we'll do that another time.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.